it's Kimberly Chapman, your host of Sheen Talk, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. I have today a beautiful friend. She's an advocate for whatever she believes in. It's really, really powerful in her thoughts, and definitely she is very powerful when it comes to being a vegan. She has a catering service. And the name of it is Herban Eats. Her name is the beautiful Dawn Hilton-Williams.
This is what always so gracious with compliments. Always so gracious because you're a gracious woman. And thank you for allowing Herban Eats to be here. And I value the time we'll spend here. Hopefully, we can help some people to radicalize their wellness.
Absolutely. So let's see. What got you into this, Dawn?
It's a good question. What got me into vegan?
Yes.
So vegan, I really went vegan because my husband had a health scare. He had a health scare about 2 years ago. I'd seen Forks Over Knives and some other films and some documentaries. I was already a vegan chef. I was already a chef. I was doing animal-based foods, omnivore type standard American diet, but I was doing organic and grass-fed. I thought I was being healthy. But when my husband's cholesterol numbers came in and he was having some issues with that, I was concerned about that, not understanding the connection with the food and what I was feeding him. Then he had an issue with some blood in the stool. I'm being very direct. If you all can't handle it, it's the wrong show. But he had some issues that needed some attention with a colonoscopy.
Oh, wow.
And it ended up being okay, but it was so scary to me that I immediately, and I knew already that we were probably doing the wrong thing with the food. I threw away the meat, the dairy, and the fish. I threw everything away right away in our personal home. And then I signed up for a class at Cornell for whole food plant-based nutrition, and that course I think it was a span of about 6 months. And once I completed that course, I knew right away I wouldn't be serving clients that. So I changed my business model from a animal-based business that was organic and grass-fed to a completely plant-based business model.
Wow.
About 2 years, but it took about a year and a half to transition everything.
So now, of course, I'm a client, and I get your meals, and they are tasteful.
Thank you.
Very flavorful.
Thanve you.
And so you've grown, because I remember telling you a couple of times.
Need some salt. Some seasoning.
There's some seasoning in there, and that's what you said. A lot of people don't really understand being vegan and knowing that you can be vegan and have very flavorful and seasoned foods.
Right.
And now your foods are like the bomb.
Thank you. So it just took a while for me to make that transition to making sure, transitioning from animal protein over to just plants, make sure I wasn't over seasoning. So I started off underwhelming the food, being a little gentle, but now I'm not gentle at all. I'm like, you know what? You put everything into the flavor, because everything's about the herbs and the spices, because they have health benefits as well. So once you put that in, it just increases the value of the food and the layers of flavor, and then the phytonutrients and nutrients you get. So I just stopped being risk averse, and I started just going boldly into the vegetables, because it's really where the health lives. So I wanted to make sure people enjoyed it, not just eating vegetables. You have to eat vegetables and enjoy them. So I really like it when I get information from clients about feedback on the food, whether it's positive or negative. It helps me grow the business, and it helps me provide better services, because people want to enjoy. They feel they're going to be deprived when they eat plants. I'm going to miss the meat. Well, you're not going to miss the chronic disease, and you're not going to miss the cholesterol, because plants have no cholesterol.
Right.
I need to make sure you get flavor so you can have a totally pleasurable experience. So in all of our services that we offer, we try to make sure flavor is up front. That's why we call it Herban Eats. We try to make it herbaceous.
Well, it's good. It's really good.
You.
I just had the lentil meatloaf.
Yes,
and the smashed cauliflower. Those were wonderful. You couldn't even tell it was cauliflower. It tasted like potatoes.
Right,
mashed potatoes.
Right. So what you want to do is and I have classes too. I teach classes. So if you have a group, if anybody out there has a group that they want to sign up, we have classes that we offer for small groups at the Commercial Kitchen, and we can just teach you how to make Vegan 101. And you and I are doing something too.
Yes, on April 6th. April 6th, we will be at the
Greenville One Center.
And it's on a Saturday.
It's on Saturday, April 6th. And in Greenville, we can have more than one event going on at one time. So there's another event going on, but Kim and I are going to teach. You're going to get to eat. You're going to get Sheen swag. You're going to learn how to make healthy, affordable vegan food.
Right.
People think vegan food is expensive. If you have a service and those kind of things, yes. But you can be taught how to make it and save. You can save about $6,000 to $10,000 a year on your annual shopping.
Right.
With a vegan lifestyle, and it can taste good.
Because that meat is expensive, and then it's expensive in taxing on the body.
Mm-hmm. And
so,
it's expensive at the hospital.
Yeah.
And it's expensive to your 20% of GDP. It's spent about $3.1 trillion. No, sorry. Yeah, $3.1 trillion is spent on healthcare in America.
Just because of the bad foods that they eat.
It's lifestyle and food. There's stuff that's congenital that you can't help, but that's only less than 10% of Americans. So 90% of the Americans have degenerative diseases, which are controlled through eating and lifestyle.
That's right. So I was listening to a video today, so I want to ask you: are there foods? This video that I was listening to said that tomatoes are not good for you. Do you agree with that? Because
I believe
of the lecithin. Is it lecithin?
There's lecithin. There's lycopene. So we need the lycopene. The lecithin. It depends on. So that's Dr. Gundry. Dr. Gundry's. See, there's the problem also. There's so many people giving so much mixed information that it's hard to detect which is good and which isn't. I would say that tomatoes are fine, but I would not be a heavy advocate for tomatoes outside of sauces during the winter season. I would be more looking at tomatoes as sauces at this time of year, because you're not getting fresh farm tomatoes at this time of year, because they're not grown. It's just not. Even if you get them from another place, you have to ship them in. Right. Then they're not going to be fresh. So you want to really get into your tomatoes in the spring and the summer. The summer especially, because you have those fresh, ripe vine tomatoes and the heirlooms that are fresh. Okay, so I'm not against tomatoes. I think tomatoes are fine. I just think that you have to balance the plate.
Okay, so then tomatoes are fine, even with the skin on them.
Right, but you have to, it depends on the kind. There's so many varieties of tomatoes.
Right.
I'm an advocate for heirloom tomatoes. I'm an advocate for vine ripe tomatoes in season.
Okay.
So I would
everything
caution
should be in season
to the extent, or else you can get the stewed tomatoes or canned tomatoes, because they freeze them when they're fresh, and they put them, and then they blanch them, put them in a can, and they preserve them. Then you can use them for sauces. Okay. Other than that, I would not be an advocate for just getting random Roma tomatoes and cherry tomatoes and those and looking for health benefits from them, because you're not going to get health benefits from them. Now, if you're adding them as something to add to your salad, just don't look to get a heavy antioxidant boost from a tomato in winter, unless you're getting in the sauce.
So a tomato, you're saying, is not a winter food,
except for sauces.
Except for sauces. Gotcha.
Right.
What about beans? Because I'm not naming. You named them. I wasn't naming. I wasn't giving them the opportunity to be on Sheen Talk unless they came and sat down where you are.
Right.
But they were in the video. It said beans too, and I know I'm not a bean person. I can't do beans. They tear my insides up.
Right. So beans. So when you're plant based, you have to get your 50 to 70 grams of protein, and one of the superfoods of protein in the plant based universe is beans. So that's legumes. So that's your lentils, your peas, your beans, and your grains, right? But there are other ways to get it. So if you're bean averse, which you are definitely, I would look at kale, your dark leafy greens, your cruciferous vegetables, and some of those to get making sure you get your nuts and your seeds to make sure that you're getting what you need on the protein. And again, raw broccoli has more of a protein punch than cooked broccoli. And if you cook it, you have to make sure that it gets to, it needs to be available about 40 minutes before when you cut it, so that you can get the enzyme that has the health boost in it, which is a whole nother conversation.
Right. But, what about peanuts?
Peanuts are so with nuts you have to be careful on the amount of fat. So like an avocado, it's a good fat, but too much good fat isn't a good thing.
Okay.
So what's
have to be too careful. Much with an avocado? Is one a day good? Is it like an apple?
I think that you can add it's not like an apple, one a day. It depends on if you have heart disease. See, it's all dependent. If you have heart disease, you should be not eating that at all.
Oh, really?
If you have heart disease, you should not eat any oil. You should not eat any nuts at all. No nuts. You can eat seeds, but no nuts, and no avocados.
Oh,
because you don't need any fat at all.
Okay.
Because your body is trying to heal itself and trying to rebuild arteries, and it needs time to not have to process any fat. So that's where you're going to get fat.
Wow.
But if you're not someone that has heart disease, you're welcome to eat your avocados. I would just lean more towards your green leafy vegetables, your peppers, your fruits, your vegetables, your grains if you can eat them. Your ancient grains are better than your regular grains. So your browns, your 100% whole wheats, your 100% multigrains. But avocados, not like one a day. One a day isn't good. But an apple a day is great. 3 servings of fruit a day is good. Half a cup of walnuts is good. Half an avocado and half a cup of walnuts and your almonds. You're having a good day.
All right. I'm stuck to vegetables and fruits. Some seeds.
You're a very good fruit eater.
Yeah, but it's certain ones that I like. I don't like all fruits. So
yeah, but that's okay because you have to start somewhere.
Right.
Nobody likes all fruits. I don't like certain fruits, but whatever you like, you can indulge heavily in it, and that's fine. You're not going to have a lot of problems from that. So you don't have to like every fruit. You just need to like a few.
A few.
I mean, there are 80,000 plants.
Oh my gosh! How you keep all that in your head?
I don't even have that. I only have in my head about 200.
200.
Yeah, but that's only because I cook all the time and I'm constantly looking for recipes because every week I change the recipe menu for my clients. And for the other services that I do, I want to keep it diverse so people can know. People from other cultures are used to different foods.
Right.
But there's no way to keep up with the amount of fruits and vegetables out there. So just whatever your favorites are, try to incorporate those in a daily way because you need 3 servings of fruit a day at minimum.
3 servings of fruit.
Right. So if you like pineapples, apples, and bananas, just have them 3 times
at 3 different times, not together.
You can have them together, but I don't want them you don't have to have them in a smoothie. I want you to eat. Macerating your food has health benefits. Macerating is chewing.
Right.
So it's not always good to eat them in a smoothie. Okay. You have macerating your food has health benefits
to chew
because it turns it from a certain type of like a nitrate to a nitrate oxide, nitrite. So chewing does that. Certain things there's a benefit to chewing food.
Okay. So it's not always good to have smoothies.
It's good to have it, but not as a replacement of the vegetable.
Gotcha. You
can have it, but you also need to chew.
So when is it good to have a smoothie?
If you're looking to do a weight loss and you're looking to do something rapid and you want to do some meal replacement, you can have a smoothie as your oatmeal because you don't want the oatmeal. Maybe you're tired of oatmeal or vegan pancakes and you're bored. Have a smoothie. Put it in your a smoothie or something like that. But you still need to have a midday snack, an afternoon snack. You had to eat a balanced diet and you have to be regular. You have to feed your body fuel like you do a car. You have to treat it like you would treat your car.
Okay, so what do you think about intermittent fasting?
I think that there are a lot of people trying that, and I don't know if there's enough data to support where that goes in the long term. But I know there's enough data to support whole food plant-based living. I don't know because there's thousands of studies and trials that are not industry studies; they're peer-reviewed studies, and there's results. I don't know I don't know enough about that to refute it. But if people are doing it and they're successful, that's fine. But you can't live on that lifestyle. So what do you do after? I'm concerned about. Okay, so when you do that, you have a great experience. What are you doing after that?
I got you. I understand what you're saying.
So
now it is Herban Eats.
Yep.
So it's herbaneats.com.
Urban-eats.com.
Urban-eats.com. And you're on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. I have a website. I'm on Instagram at urban_eats. There's also a specific closed group for vegan hues. That's on Instagram. And that's really focusing on issues for people of color that we specifically face because we have the highest propensity of heart disease, chronic diseases in the United States, even though we're one of the smallest parts of the population. So I do something very specific there with vegan hues. But you can definitely find me very social media friendly.
That's good.
Yep.
And so also you can go on your website and have you prepare meals for you each week.
Yeah, we can do weekly meals. We can come to your house and do personal chef. We can do food coaching. We do a lot of food coaching. We have people in other cities and states that we do food coaching for. We have special events like the one we're having April 6th, Disrupting Chronic Disease, and we can teach you how to do live food cooking demos.
It's going to be live food cooking that day, too.
Kim's going to cook, y'all.
Oh, my God.
Kim's cooking that day. She's
on
my
April
celebrity
6th.
sous chef. So she's going to help me cook some barbecue jackfruit. People always wonder about jackfruit. It's the largest tree fruit ever. So April 6th, you got to check that out. You'll find that on me or Kim's page. That's a good event, and Sheen's going to be on the scene giving out some good swag, and it's just going to be a good day.
It's going to be fun. You don't want to miss it. It's from 11 to 2?
Yeah, 11:30 to 2. Get there early. We're going to give away some prizes. Trader Joe's is giving us some donations, as is VV Spot, which is a vegan owned company, and they're going to give away a tour to all the vegan restaurants downtown Greenville. They're giving away a tour. Sheen's bringing swag. Trader Joe's giving away some bags, and Herban Eats is giving away a Kickstart. So
I hope I win that Kickstart. I tell you, if you have not had Herban Eats food and it is all vegan, you're missing out. So make sure you check out Herban Eats.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you do a good job. Thank you so much.
If I didn't trust me, she would tell.
I would. Thanks everybody for joining us for another episode of Sheen Talk. Have an awesome day.